Story building. It's like a compound. There's no windows in it. And my dad goes, and he really said this, he goes, no windows. That's how they get you. Like, some people think you learn to be gay, some people think you're born gay. My dad thinks you get trapped gay. Like, they trap you in these places. And I'm like, Dad, that's absurd. And then I fell into one of these gay traps. It's called Peloton. Yeah. You all know Peloton? Okay. So it's a spin bike. It's like Soul Cycle, except there's no hot chicks with yoga pants anywhere to be found. You put this in a dark room in your home, okay, and they have a screen here where they live stream in an openly gay instructor. He's shouting affirmations at you over 80s music. He's got your heart rate up. He's got you all sweaty. He's got you going up and down on this thing, riding this bike seat. Guys, it is intimate gay sex without the penetration. And I love it. I lost like 40 pounds doing it. Thank you. And then something came over me. I'm like, man, I got to go take a live class at the Peloton headquarters in New York. So I booked the flight. It was in June, which is Pride Month. And I get up there and there's rainbow flags all over the office. Everybody's having a great time. Some people are dressed up. And I'm speaking with people from all over the country that love Peloton. And then we file into the studio. And if you know anything about these spin bikes, you wear these cleats, right? And you lock yourself into the pedals. And so I lock myself in, and then I look around this dark room and I hear my dad's voice. No windows. Yeah, it trapped me. I work out gay, guys. That's it, I work out gay. I fuck straight, though. I fuck straight. I'm married. Yeah. I think I did it right. She's hot. All right. She's a doctor. Well, chiropractor. All right? It's different. Yeah. So as you can imagine, being married to a chiropractor was a bit of an adjustment. I'll give you some examples. She informed me that I'm no longer allowed to take antibiotics, okay? She said in Latin that means against life, and that checks out. So I find myself with very treatable medical conditions and a lot of pain, and of course she threw away all my Advil, because chiropractors prescribe homeopathic medicines. Yeah, homeopathic. I think that's Latin for gay placebos. And her favorite one to prescribe, it's called arnica, okay? Yeah, arnica. She's like, it's a miracle medicine. It has no negative side effects. I'm like, yeah, it's got no effects, all right? It doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. Chiropractors decide to have natural childbirth at home. Yeah, because why go to the medical facility where they have life-saving equipment and people who went to med school when we can trust these two important lives with a midwife who took a weekend class and has expired CPR will come to my townhome. Yeah. So here we are in my bedroom. She sounds like she's in a lot of pain, and I am terrified, okay? But I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to be the good husband. I'm trying to comfort her. And at one point, she looks up at me and she just goes, "Stop touching my fucking head." Perhaps I can get you some arnica? She didn't like that. So I decided to go help out the midwife. Midwife's like, "Here, take a leg." So here I am looking right into the Stargate. And I start to see some movement. It's kind of an exciting moment, so I get a little closer, and she's pushing so hard, she shakes right in my face. It can happen. It's gross. And I'm a comedian, so I take it pretty well. I'm like, well, honey, it's a piece of shit, so at least we know it's mine. I probably shouldn't have had kids. I mean, I love them. I love them a lot, but I just had a lifestyle, you know. Let me explain. I got 2 kids. Okay, I got 2 boys. I've got my oldest, who's a 4-year-old, and my baby, who's an adorable little 6-month-old. Yeah, this cock blocker. He refuses to sleep in his crib, so he sleeps in the bed with me and my wife, so we don't get to have a lot of sex. And one night, we were on like a 3-month drought, okay? And we had to get it in. And the baby is in the bed asleep over here like always, and the 4-year-old is wherever he goes at night. And we start to have sex, and that's not a bad act out. This is the best I can do, all right? But we got to do this. And eventually the baby starts to wake up, and it's not because we're having wild sex. He's just a light sleeper. But we keep going because we're savages, okay? And then the baby starts to cry, all right? And my mom's in the audience, y'all would know this, but when the baby cries, it sends signals to your body that the baby's hungry, so you start to produce milk to feed the baby. Yeah. So now she's lactating, all right? And we're not through yet. So I'm taking some of this milk on my pinky and I'm feeding it to the baby to try to soothe him down so we can finish. And I look up and the 4-year-old just appears. Like he's just in the doorway watching the rest of his immediate family have this threesome. No, he is watching me fuck his mom while I'm giving his baby brother a creamy fish hook, all right? He's 4 years old and he already knows what a creamy fish hook is. Improv, y'all just learned about it. He's 4, all right? Oh man, I don't know. I told you I shouldn't have kids. Make a lot of bad decisions, I think. I don't know if I should have moved to the city. I love Houston, but like I'm from the country and I feel like all I do is sit in traffic, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. And so when I sit in traffic, it's so frustrating, it's unnecessary stress we bring into our lives, and I have these thoughts. I'm going to share them with you. So I was stuck in traffic right up here on the Katy freeway, okay? And this guy right here, y'all know this guy, he would not let me in. I just got to make a lane change, he won't let me do it, all right? I speed up, he speeds up. I slow down, he slows down. I look back at him, he won't even acknowledge that I'm trying to get over. And there's just so much anger, I look down and my direction was not even on the whole time, right? And so then the thought comes in. So I got to imagine, this is what racists must have to feel like all the time. Sorry, you're just in the line of fire. I don't think you're a racist, right? It's time you can admit it if you want. Yeah. But this is what racists must have to feel like all the time. Like there's somebody near them that they blindly hate because they think they're in their way. All they have to do is communicate with them, but they don't. And I get some pleasure that racists have to be uncomfortable like that all the time because I hate racists. I hate them. And that kind of makes me racist, doesn't it? It checks the 4 boxes of racism. I hate a group of people who aren't like me, who share similar beliefs. I'm a racist. Yo, imagine if somebody walked into this right now and just heard that last rant saw me standing here like this. I'm not getting their vote in this comedy competition. Guys, I've been Brian Gendron. Y'all been great. Great evening.